Welcome to this episode of Best of America by Horseback. I'm Tom C. with Kristen Bisco, and this is not snow. This is the white sands along the Swanee River at a place called Live Oak, Florida. Back home in the north and northeast, they're having a nor'easter, and they're having 6 to 8 inches of snow. This location is 75 degrees. It's a beautiful day, and we're going to have new friends and old friends join us on a trail ride at the Florida Sheriff Youth Ranch. This is a place where young people can come when life has been difficult, no fault of their own, and they have a choice to come here, be part of this ranch, work with horses, and horses are really the key. This is a great place to come and visit. We're going to have a great time. Kristen, you've enjoyed this quite a bit.
This has been a beautiful place to come and ride. The trails are absolutely gorgeous. The campus here is such a healing place, such a welcoming place.
Some go to school in town, some go to school here, with whichever is best for them. They work with the horses, they work on the ranch, they work on the farm. They have a great number of opportunities to be involved and have a new second chance at life in a different way. And as I talk to students and the young people here privately when no one else is around, each one would say, "This is my home. I love it here. This is my family." And it's not rehearsed in any way. This is just a great deal, particularly when sheriffs and police officers in this day and time are often shown in a bad light. This will show you the big hearts of sheriffs in Florida. We'll be talking to some of them and talking to the people that make all of this possible, and what a gorgeous place to ride. Stay tuned. You're watching Best of America by Horseback. I'm Tom C. with Kristen Bisco. This is going to be a show you're going to enjoy.
On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, we are riding with viewers at the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch in Live Oak. This 3,500-acre working ranch is just one campus in a network of residential child care campuses scattered throughout the state of Florida, offering a stable home environment to needy and at-risk children. Founded in 1957, the Florida Sheriff Youth Ranches are credited with helping more than 150,000 children and families in Florida. They put on trail rides and other equine events year-round to raise money to help the children.
Tell us about the good work that's done here and what's the purpose of this ranch.
Well, the Florida Sheriff Youth Ranches were started by sheriffs. We have children as low as age 3 and above, but the idea was not only to work in the day of 8 to 18 when I first started, but now it's to work with to keep siblings and brothers and sisters together as well. In this state, there's a high removal rate from abusive homes. We have an opioid crisis in this country, and Florida's no different. And there's a lot of children being removed from families for a lot of
no fault of their own.
No fault of their own. This is nothing to do with the child. This is their parents. Or the kin that they're living with. And these children need someplace to go. And so we've opened up our doors over the years to brothers and sisters 3 and above to give them a safe, loving environment where they're living with house parents, married couples that live in our homes, that take care of our children. They may live with us for 8 months, or they may live with us for 8 years. It could be even longer.
Horses are a big part of this deal.
Horses are a big part of the Boys Ranch, and the Boys Ranch is the campus we're on today. It's over a 3,000-acre campus. It is a working ranch, and we have boys and girls out on this campus now. And that, by the way, co-eding this campus just occurred about a year ago when the sheriffs of Florida said, you know, it's time to allow boys and girls to be on the same campus.
So you're beautifying it a little bit.
We're beautifying it. I say we're remodeling it a little bit.
Tell me some of the programs you do with the kids that you enjoy the most? I guess horses comes up top of the list.
Horses, top of the list. That's what I was originally hired for before I became the farm manager. I was a horse program director. You know the movie Cowboys and John Wayne. He took a bunch of kids, never done anything like that, drove cattle across the night. In the back of my mind, we do that. We do that here. We utilize the kids and the horses and teach them techniques to work the cattle. We use them to teach the boys how to do work on horseback with the horses here. We feed with a draft horse every day. Where do you see that anymore? Especially east of Mississippi. You don't. It's not an everyday deal. I think stepping back in time, bringing back some of the work ethic that people had in the early 1900s, where they had to do things to provide for their families. We build that type of work ethic here by doing the activities that we do here. And when the kids learn to work and they accomplish a goal and they accomplish these things that at first look, you know, backwards to them, then they start buying in even more because they take a great pride in what they've accomplished.
As part of the Best of America by Horseback ride at the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch, the Saturday night banquet was moved indoors because of the threat of bad weather. To transport the riders to dinner, Jeff had the kids hitch up several teams and wagons. He told us how proud he was of the kids as they talked with the guests about the ranch and how they personally came to be there. They were polite and informative and eager to help out.
The staff here, it's not a job. They're really committed to it.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that drives you to, I remember I came in the other night, you applied for a job that wouldn't support your family, and somehow or another they hooked you into this, and you'd work here now if they didn't pay you.
Right.
You might want to cut that out. But what is it that drives you to more than a job to make this so successful for children?
Well, in today's age, the biggest thing that drives me, and I feel like I was a privileged kid just for the simple fact I had both parents in the home. And that is now almost a privilege to have that. It's, I had a mom, dad, we had a family unit, all of us, and it was very simple. You rise and fall as a family. It wasn't about one person. There was no entitlement. Nobody was better than the other. If one wheel broke down, the truck stopped. And with these kids here and the pride I take with them, they have missed those opportunities where that family unit's there, that support's there. And you know, there's not one soul in this world that didn't make it through it without the help of another.
Best of America by Horseback is riding with viewers at the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch in Live Oak. This 3,500-acre ranch was the first of many campuses in Florida opened by sheriffs for underprivileged and at-risk children.
Where are you going to take them today to ride?
Trail ride is on a 500-acre conservation easement along the Swanee River. It's filled with natural sinkholes, springs, and it's untouched. It's not utilized for anything but recreation, and it's in its natural and pristine area. We don't harvest anything from it, and they get to see North Florida as it truly sits.
You're going to be in the arena tonight with some cattle?
Yes, sir. We're going to have everybody track some cows, play with the cows a little bit. We might do some roping or something.
You going to saddle up?
Oh yeah, we'll be there.
We'll
We're going to have a couple of boys there.
There's some kids that say they could never rope or drive cattle, and all of a sudden they're top at it.
That's right. We've had surfers. We've had kids that grew up on the beach or in the inner city and show up at the farm for horse orientation or introduction to the horses in the farm program, because all of them go through that. And they show up in flip-flops and beach shorts, and the next day you'll see them in Wranglers and Western shirt and boots, and they're ready to go.
you can see the rapport that they have with these kids, and it's just heartwarming because there's no walls there.
Yeah.
Everything is like these are their kids, period.
They have the kids have good role models within the staff to look up to.
They really do.
And like you said, Jeff, I mean, he is a wonderful man. He's overcome so much in his life.
He really has.
And he really cares about what he does out here and the kids.
They really do.
Yeah.
They take these kids to heart. Their problems are their problems. It's just like a parent.
Yeah.
It's a hard job, but it's not a job to them.
Yeah.
I'd like to welcome y'all all to the Florida Sheriff Boys Ranch and Mr. Tom Shea's Best of America by Horseback. Thank you very much for coming and supporting the trail ride and supporting the Boys Ranch. We're going to start with our prayer, and then we're going to turn it over for the national anthem, Miss Callie Buchanan, and then we'll break out on the ride.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
And then a procession of riders down the beautiful entrance lane to the ranch. They rode through part of the campus and housing area and past the alumni house, which was donated to the ranch by Elvis Presley after it was in the movie Follow That Dream. Sheriff Bobby Schultz and members of the Florida Sheriff's Posse joined us on the trail ride.
When we have a summer and winter conference for the Florida Sheriffs, and the highlight of my conferences, and I would say that all the sheriffs in the state of Florida, is they get to hear from one of the boys or girls from the Florida Sheriff Youth Ranches talk about where they've started, how they're progressing here, and in some cases where they're at. And you're a pretty hard person if you don't hear so many stories and you're not touched, and to the point of tears in some cases, to just see what amazing results can happen from a whole lot of caring people. And that's what this group is. All the administrators, the volunteers that come here to the Florida Sheriff Youth Ranches, the camps that they provide. You hear these young men and young women talk about it, and it's just simply amazing. And if that doesn't get you motivated and know that there's a lot more good in this world than there is bad, nothing will.
How was the ride?
Good.
How'd the mule do?
Really good.
You like this mule, don't you? Well, a lot of times it takes a year or two to really get to bond with a mule. What is your secret that you and the mule got along so well so early?
Nobody was picking him to ride, so I just went to ride him.
So you took him under your wing. And how old are you?
9.
9 years old. Isn't it kind of like life? Everybody needs somebody to kind of love them and take care of them. You remember what you were saying to this mule this morning? I was standing nearby and you were petting him and you said he was your best friend. Is that right? Kids go to school here, some of them?
Some of them go to school on our campus. We have about 50 students here, and then they can go to town school.
It's what suits them best. I'd say most of our kids come in behind in their education. With our teaching staff and the low number of kids in each class, they're allowed to give them individual education. That helps and get their credits and their units that they need for graduation and get them up to their grade level.
But even if they're in this school, they can still participate in all the activities of a town school. They can play on the football team, they can play on the basketball team. When they graduate, they walk. They do the walk with all the other graduates in the school system. So we don't want the kids to be stigmatized for being a rancher. We want them to be integrated into the community. Our kids, though, we want them to be better dressed and we want them to be better behaved. And when we have a rancher, hopefully people identify a rancher because he comes up or she comes up and shakes your hand, looks you in the eye and introduces themselves. Those are some of the old-fashioned values that we're trying to keep intact.
they get up to the level of graduating, you dump them. What do you do then?
Now, if they're in good standing with the ranch, with their GPA and their behavior and everything, they can apply for scholarship. They go through the process of writing out the request, going through an interview process with it, and when they're awarded the scholarship, they can go to just about any school in Florida, and it is no cost to them, as long as they maintain their GPA and do what they're supposed to do.
Best of America by Horseback put on a trail ride with viewers at the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch in Live Oak, Florida. Horses are a big part of the ranch and the kids' programs, teaching them patience, responsibility, and a good old-fashioned work ethic. The ranch hosts many equine activities that are open to the public to benefit the kids. Rodeos, trail rides like ours, trail challenges, and other events are scheduled throughout the year.
Last year we put on close to 25-30 events, and those were broken up into 2-day weekends once a month. We would have the trail ride, and then we would have obstacle challenges here in the arena or again throughout the property on this 80-acre site. It was very successful. We were very pleased with it.
Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful excuse to come out to the ranch, enjoy the ranch and what it has to offer.
Last year we were able to raise real close to $10,000 for them.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So we're real proud with that.
Cindy Pittman's Rockin' P Equine Services hosts these events at the youth ranch, and they even put on a trail challenge for our riders. The ranch has a campground that surrounds the arena, and Cindy's company brings in and rents portable corrals for these events. Dr. Marty Adams and Jeff Powell put on an educational seminar on equine nutrition. Nancy Slater put on a natural horsemanship clinic. A beautiful banquet dinner sponsored by Ameris Bank of Live Oak and Cargill Feeds was prepared and served to our riders by the Boys Ranch staff. And the Swanee Young Riders ran the concession stand, offering great meals throughout the weekend to raise money for their 4-H club. Saturday evening, Tracy Starling and Running Waters Bluegrass Band performed for our riders in the pavilion.
You love this place, don't you?
I love this place.
And you love these kids, the ones you've seen now and the ones you hope to see.
For over 33 years, it's been a life. We work long hours. We work a lot of days without days off. We are changing lives every day. We are saving lives. And that original vision of the sheriffs and the support of the sheriffs across the state, it just totally enhances what we're doing. I was thinking about all the things that I've got to accomplish and everything that I have just partaken in with my family. And as I was thinking about my memories, I just want to see these kids have those same kind of memories. If it brings a smile, just sometime in their life, they're going to need that smile. They're going to need that moment. And I want to make sure that we're giving them those moments.
That's where I lived. It's my home. The best home I ever had. They're always there. I'm one of their kids. So I always felt I could go home. My name is Bill Riggins. I'm a retired Master Sergeant. I'm a father, a husband, a grandfather, and I am a rancher.
For more information on supporting the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches with donations or by participating in their ranch events, log on to their website, youthranches.org.